Hello, all. Welcome to the May company update. It's still exciting times here at Warren Electric. Projects are getting busy. We're getting ready to swing into summer with a large backlog of work and projects to do both in the summer and heading into the fall. We're also very busy in the estimating department, looking for work to replace those. Gotten a few small projects in each one of the regions here recently. So that is great news. Company meetings coming up, one on the 7th in Minnesota, one on the 14th in uh, Oklahoma, and then one in early June in Nebraska before we'll take a break for company meetings for the summer because we are always busy out there on our projects during that time. So it's just some quick announcements to make. We're working hard on a lot of different things. One of the things we're working really hard on is getting an office in Oklahoma City. Got a lot of demand for work there. We have a lot of jobs there. We have demand for jobs there. And now is the time to look into Oklahoma City and getting that office developed. If you're interested in becoming part of the new ground floor there in Oklahoma City, let us know what the relocation package and offer might be for you. Several people have already been talked to about that, some of which have accepted. And so we're really, really excited about that turn of events. Another thing we're excited about is STEP Platinum. ABC goes about awarding contractors and grading a system. They call it the STEP Award, and there's various different levels. We have moved up to the Platinum level, which is the second highest from the top. It's very hard to achieve, and we are very grateful for everybody who makes safety a focus and a priority that helps us to achieve that. It is based on statistics, but it's also based on behaviors and practices that the industry finds that would lead to safe results and lack of injuries and people staying healthy. So on that front, we've picked out a new hard hat that we're going to in the next few months be sending out to everyone. It is much safer. It's a lot more protection, especially on the case of side impacts. So at the different company meetings, we will have an example of that to show to everyone, and then they will come out here relatively soon. Again, we're looking forward to that. It's a much better product that I'm sure people will enjoy having on their head as they go about working day to day, if only to know that it's a safer way to go about your day and more in line with industry standards that we've been made aware of. Again, brought up backlog. Backlog's good. With all things considered, it seems like we will have a bigger year as far as volume this year than last year. And if you remember, last year was one of the best years we ever had. So yay for us. That's great. That with Oklahoma City office opening up, there's opportunities all around and people settling into new positions. And that is fun, fun, fun. So the last one, and this I realize I've been giving a long talk, but it really needs to be because there's a lot of information to pass along. Is apprenticeship classes are ending on May 16th. So why am I announcing that to the whole group? Because apprenticeship classes affect more than just the people in class. They affect all of our projects. So we always take a break for summer. This year, summer starts on May 17th, apparently, because on May 16th, we'll have our last class. And then we'll start up again in the fall, sometime probably just after Labor Day. We'll make an announcement about that. The exciting thing there is we have shifted towards having class 2 days a week. Again, our operations leaders believe that would be better for our projects if we have less disruption and only having class on 2 days. Which 2 days those are haven't completely been settled. But 1 and 3 will be on one day, and 2 and 4 will be on another day. So that's great. But we think of that as a step in the right direction. So stay safe. Have a great May, and I look forward to producing another video here in June.
Hi, and welcome to the May update. with the anniversaries as well as new hires, and then just a couple of other things to highlight for the end of the April here, beginning of May, and the busy season of our summer construction season happening. So let's start with our new hires that we had in May. We have had three new hires in April. So we've had three new hires. On April 14th, we had Marie Guzman, who is a first-year apprentice in Lawton. We have Tony Hale, who on April 21st joined us, and he is a journeyman in Lawton. And then on April 28th, we have Billy Neal, who's a journeyman who started with Wilmer Electric in Oklahoma City. So welcome to the three of you. We look forward to your employment here at Wilmer Electric, and make sure that you let us all know if there's anything that you need. As far as for anniversaries for the month of May, we have a multitude of them, so bear with me as we go through this. So on May 1st, we have Tyler Matson, who is a journeyman in Minnesota, will be here 8 years. And on May 2nd, we have Jonathan Jans, who is an apprentice in Oklahoma, and Jonathan will be here 3 years. And on May 3rd, we have Patrick Quinn, who is an apprentice based out of Nebraska. And Patrick will be here 4 years on May 3rd. And then on May 6th, we have Nick Blaser, who works as a project engineer based out of Nebraska, and he will be here 6 years. And on May 8th, Matt Rodabow, who is an apprentice in Minnesota, will be here 2 years. And on May 9th, we have Jared Sackgen, who is an apprentice, will be here 3 years, and Jared is based out of Nebraska. And on May 11th, we have David Niels, will be here 5 years, and David is a journeyman in Nebraska. And Jason Albright on May 12th will be here 12 years, and Jason is a general superintendent based out of Minnesota. And also on May 12th, we have Mike Friesner, who's a journeyman in Nebraska, and he will be here 17 years. And on May 13th, we will have Tyler Jensen, who is an apprentice in Minnesota, will be here 1 year. Also, on May 15th, Joe Kelvig, who is an apprentice based out of Minnesota, will be here 2 years. And on May 15th, Vanessa Saylor, who is a drafter designer for Wilmer Electric based out of Wilmer, Minnesota, will be here 8 years. On May 17th, Kyle Hiskin, who is currently working as a project engineer based out of Minnesota, will be here 4 years. Also on May 17th, we have Hugh Tron, who will be here 4 years, and Hugh is a journeyman in Nebraska. And on May 18th, we have Tim Savage, who just received his journeyman's license, is based out of Minnesota, and he will be here 5 years. And on May 20th, we have Dustin Anderson, who is a journeyman in Oklahoma, and he will be here 1 year. Also on May 20th, we have Jacob Broberg, who is an apprentice in Minnesota, and he will be here 11 years. And another one on May 20th will be Kyle Chemnitz, who is currently working on the project in Oklahoma City as a foreman, will be here 11 years. And Matt Lugenhoner on May 20th will be here 17 years, and Matt is a journeyman in Nebraska. Again, on May 20th, Albert Martel who is currently working as a project engineer based out of Lawton, Oklahoma, will be here 6 years. And our last one on May 20th was Chad Schneider, and he is a journeyman for Wilmer Electric based out of Nebraska, and he will be here 12 years. On May 23rd, we have Joe Hoffman, who is an apprentice in Nebraska, and he will be here 3 years. And on May 26th, we have Isaac Johnson, who just received his journeyman's license, is based out of Nebraska, and has currently been working in Oklahoma City, will be here 5 years. And we have Dan Williams, who is based out of the Nebraska office and is working in estimating, will be here 27 years. We have Peyton Herzog, who is an apprentice based out of Minnesota, will be here 2 years. And finally, on May 31st, we have Margie Larson, who is the payroll administrator, and Margie will be here 37 years. So thank you to all of you who have continued to make Willmar Electric your workplace of choice. We greatly appreciate it. We look forward to another good year. Just on a couple of other notes here, I just wanted to remind everybody, as projects start to pick up here in May, just to be mindful of the safety of those around you, as well as the new hires, because here in May, so everybody knows, May 19th becomes a really big day for us. We have quite a few new hires. At this point, I think it's like 9 or 10 new hires coming on. So make sure that you are mindful of that and watching out safety-wise for them. And then also just as a reminder that apprenticeship classes will be done on May 16th this year and will resume again in September. So watch for that information to continue to further come out of when apprentices come back to class. So enjoy the rest of your day and have a great May.
Hey everybody, welcome to the May Central Region update video. As we typically do, we're going to go through a couple things here, give you guys an update as we head into the month of May. We'll touch on safety, our current workload, current projects. We'll look at upcoming work, and then obviously we'll finish off with looking at our bid schedule, jobs we're waiting to hear on, jobs that we're bidding, and kind of give you guys an update of where that sits. So to start, we're going to start with safety. So we are 32 days from roughly at the time of this video being filmed without an injury. As we always say, keep up on the PPE. Make sure that we're wearing high vis glasses, gloves, and if anything seems unsafe, we're calling it out and letting our foreman, our supervisor know. As we touch on every month, I'll reiterate it again. Let's make sure that if we miss a safety meeting on a Monday, that we go back into that safety reference folder. We find that link and we complete the video. So this. For any reason, if you're gone that Monday morning, please take ownership of it and go back and find the video, get it completed, get it signed off and sent in so that we can make sure everyone's up to date and caught up on all of our safety meetings. Overall, though, you guys are doing a good job, so we appreciate it. The next topic would be just kind of recapping the injury that took place here recently. By now, you guys have seen multiple videos, emails, communication about it. If there's anything else that you would like to hear or find out, give me a call. We can touch base on it, talk to Carl. But I guess the biggest takeaway from that injury was just making sure that if anybody sees anything that's you don't feel correct about, or you feel is wrong, or you feel is dangerous, please say something. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway from that injury, was that something needed to be said to make sure that we put a stop to an act that is going to lead to an injury. But like I said, if you have any further questions on that specific incident, please let us know. Just to recap, as we always say, safety starts with you guys. If you see something unsafe, bring it up. We want to make sure that the environment you guys are in is safe, that everyone goes home in the same manner that they came to work. So overall, thank you guys. Good job on the PPE. Moving on now, we'll look at our current workload and kind of give you guys just a brief rundown of where projects are and where projects sit. Residence Inn is nearing completion. We're working on just final hookups of equipment and punch list items, but for the most part, manpower is off site and that job is finishing up. So a great job. Thanks to everyone who put in lots of hours in that job. Overall, really good project. Westbrook phase 1 is nearing completion here in the next month. We'll be wrapping that one up, and then will be a little bit of demobilization time as we get into phase 2. That'll kind of go from the summer into fall. But that one is getting toward the end, and as typical, or as I said for Residence Inn, thank you for all the hard work on that job as well. Pershing is a new one that we're going to now move into our current workload. A lot of the manpower from Residence Inn has shifted over to Pershing. Getting going down there, some piping overhead in the garage, getting boxes installed in the units, mounting panels, and starting in on the one line. So that job is definitely manning up and going to be the bulk of our manpower for this summer. So that one is taken off. NDCS phase 3, continuing on block wall roughing, doing some overhead piping, getting the new generator set, getting electrical room laid out. That job is really opening up. So a lot of work to come here as we get into the summer months out there. College of Dentistry down at UNL, Baxter and Roan, working on that final phase. Good progress still going on out there. Tecumseh, Ethan and Andy out there still chugging along on that fire alarm overhaul. Eastmont Tower renovation out there continues. Phase 1 has been completed, and now we're really rolling into phase 2, and that one's taken off here. Lee with the service work and sports lighting, moving out to the Lincoln Christian baseball field, and then Unite Fiber, that work continues. Eden Property Group, southeast side of town there, underground is complete. Floor boxes are installed. They've since poured the slab on grade, so now we're hitting in-wall rough and hard, and that's going to be the next couple weeks as we get roughed in out there. AGP out in David City, rigging in the crew, starting on the soy portion. The degumming is wrapping up here, but lots of work to come out there as we work for interstates out in David City. And then a new one that we're shifting to our current workload also is the UNL grass practice field, just north of the new facility we did. Lots of underground coming up here in the next couple of weeks as we do power, raceways, fiber for time clocks, and a new video system for the practice field. Upcoming work, a lot of these we've touched on in past months. Doan, the performing arts out there, still slowly getting out of the ground. That south building should generate some work here soon as we get some underground floor box type work opening up, and then the north building will follow this fall as that schedule kind of gets hashed out. Cedarhurst has been on here consistently, still waiting for that one to get going. We got temp power to their trailer, and footings we're being told will start shortly, so some underground should be on the horizon for the service. And then as we get into the building, there should be a good amount of underground to do out there. True North office is right across from Eden, still waiting on that one. They've done some dirt work, but nothing beyond that. Urgent care clinic at COD, that one we can probably move into our current workload. That one's taken off. It's just a small project down at the College of Dentistry building that Baxter will be working on. York fire alarm replacement is a new one that to add to the list. That's the overhaul of the fire alarm system out at the women's prison out in York, and then also a big backbone fiber overhaul as well. And then the new one here as of last week will be the Dormy Network. It's an office building renovation, or build out, I should say, of an existing shell space southeast side of town there. Should be a decent project here as we move into the coming months. Upcoming work we're waiting to hear on. USCIS is the Citizenship and Immigration Office. That one's been on the list for a while, still waiting to hear on that. Some recent work we bid, Conestoga Middle School and High School renovation and some new buildings. That one's out in Murray, Nebraska. Should be hearing something shortly on that soon. Good amount of work there. And then here recently, we bid another phase at Eastmont Tower, which takes on some more units and some more renovation work there. Work that we're bidding and looking at, the Nebraska State Pen 1,500 bed northeast of town that we've talked about is on the list. Drawings are out. That one is actively being worked on. York Elementary School is one that we are currently budgeting with Hausman. That work is on the horizon. And then renovation for the Lincoln Community Foundation 5th floor, small project that we are actively bidding. So hopefully that gives you guys a good update with where we sit here in May and as we move into the summer. As we always say, if you see anything that or hear about any projects or upcoming work that could be something we would want to look at, please let us know. Give me a call. We'll definitely get our eyes on it. So one last thing to sneak in here before I get out of here is the next company meeting is going to be June 11th. That's a Wednesday, be that same time frame. So mark on your calendars. There'll be some correspondence that'll come out as well, but June 11th will be our next Central Region quarterly meeting. So thanks for all you guys do. Thanks for all the hard work, and thanks for being safe. Have a good day.